I studied carpentry and joinery at Everthought. So a typical day for me is wake up early, head to the gym, get the blood pumping and then head off to work. The day could hold anything in terms of projects, it's really quite varied. But the highlight of the day is coming home and seeing my wife and son. They've been such good support for me, and yeah, it's the whole reason I do this. Everthought really prepares you well in terms of practical skills, because they really spend a lot of time on each of the units, and carpentry is such a broad trade. Having simulations and mock-ups and things that happen here are, it's invaluable. Not all apprentices get taught all things on all sites, so when you do come to a place like this that does take the time to teach you everything across the board, it's completely valuable. My journey began when I came to Everthought. I sat down with one of the lecturers here who pointed me in the right direction. They gave me a list of employers that I could go to who were keen to take on apprentices. So if you're looking to get an apprenticeship in the construction game, my advice would be get out there and talk to people. Talk to builders, go to job sites, talk to the guys that are around there, because construction really is a word of mouth industry. So the more people you talk to, the more people you're going to get introduced to, and before long you'll find someone who wants to take you on and is willing to have a crack at putting you on and taking you through this journey.
Brilliant to see how a student comes to us for their very first day, and we see them progress through, it could be multiple courses, and for them to come out the other side to be a qualified tradesperson and living their own careers. They started out with no qualifications in some cases, and they progressed through from school, leaving school at a young age, going through to a pre-apprenticeship, to an apprenticeship, and becoming a trade qualified young man, young woman at the end of it.
So in terms of contact with Fergal, there was in class doing theory, there was in class doing practical. I definitely felt that I could give him a call if I was at work or had any questions or anything like that. He was more than happy to answer, in hours, out of hours, for any sort of questions that I had. I was dobbed in / nominated for the Master Builders Association Apprentice of the Year by Fergal. I'm completely humbled. I mean, Fergal wrote one of the nicest recommendation letters I've ever seen in my life. So I would highly recommend doing the trade. It's just such an incredible way to get theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge, and also pay the bills at the same time as you're learning. I'd highly recommend Everthought. The best thing about it was probably the practical. The facilities are really good, and the teachers and lecturers all they give you what you need to be able to do the job, and then they let you run off and do it, which is really good.